What's happening, guys? In this video we're going to be talking about the difference between the Sundown Audio Zv5s and the new Sundown Audio Zv6s. But first, my name is Jonathan Price, owner and operator of downforsoundshop.com and this YouTube channel, which is two of the fastest growing things in car audio. If you will, hit that subscribe button and enable notifications so you know every time we drop a video, and you'll get it sent to your inbox and you'll be able to check it out first. All right, let's get into this. So we're going to be talking about the new Zv6s from Sundown Audio. But first we're going to talk about the Zv5s. The Zv5 subs that Sundown Audio came out with changed the game. Like, I was praising these subs for the longest time, and they are still amazing subs. We have a ton of footage of people that run Zv5s. I even had a Zv5 in my work truck on the SCV 4000 right when it came out, and it was pounding like no other. But we've gotten demos from people like Corey Otis and some other guys that have massive amounts of the subs and massive amounts of power that are just crushing it, and for great reasons. The Zv5 was one of the best subwoofers of its time, for sure. For a 3-inch voice coiled subwoofer, I would put it up against any other subwoofer on the market as a 3-inch voice coil contender, and being a ferrite motor. So I actually made a video on my YouTube channel saying I think that the Sundown Audio Zv5 is the baddest 3-inch voice coiled subwoofer ever, and that's how much I loved it. And it was a great subwoofer and still is. But as Sundown Audio always does, they always improve their speakers and subwoofers when they can. So they came out with the Zv6 this year, and it's been crushing it like no other. So right here in front of me we have the Sundown Audio Zv6 12. It's so massive, it's like the motor is so big it's hard to tell what size it is, because a 10 would almost be the same exact size like the magnet boot. Anyway, so this is a Zv6 12, and you can see that it is absolutely massive for a 12-inch subwoofer. Huge motor on the back. I believe the ship weight on these is just over 90 pounds. So huge motor on the back. And well, what good would this video be if I didn't tell you the difference, or what's the upgrades? You're probably asking yourself, what's the difference between the Zv5 and the Zv6s? I'm glad you were thinking that and asking that in your head, because I asked the owner of Sundown just that, and I have it on my website as well. So under a Zv6, it says the Sundown Audio Zv6 is a fan favorite, basically the Zv5 beefed up. The new Zv6 woofers offer a quad stack motor, so we got a quad stack motor under this magnet boot, where the prior one was the Zv5 was a triple stack, and it has a thicker top plate. So the top plate is right here. This is your top plate. Has a thicker top plate by 5 millimeters, and will come standard with 8-layer coils for additional BL. So this is going to make it handle more power. So they bumped it up to 2500 watts. It's going to handle more power. It's going to sound even better doing it. So again, they bumped up the power handling to 2500 watts, and this thing is a powerhouse. So 8-layer coil, a flat coil. The motor gap is wider and allows the Zv6 to cool even faster than the Zv5. The Zv5 sounded so good already that some people even competed in sound quality competitions with the Zv5 subwoofer. So a lot of people in car audio, they think just because the speaker is big, it's going to be awesome, it's going to be loud, which it can, but it could be very dirty doing it. Sundown does a great job of making even their biggest subs sound amazing doing it as well, getting loud but sounding great while doing it, very low distortion. And again, people were actually competing with the Zv5s in sound quality competition, so it lets you know how clean of a sound that could come out of these massive subwoofers, which is usually unheard of. Usually a lot of companies don't even care because people are like, oh, it's a big sub, we just want bass, we don't care what it sounds like.
Street runners, bitch.
That's definitely going to be one of my favorites right there. The Zv5s, man. The bigger top plate giving the Zv6 more mechanical movement, and the Zv6 motor is more forceful. Therefore, that's why they increase the power to the 2500 watt rating. We know Sundown Audio super underrates their subs, but they do this for two reasons. You never know what the end user, what their knowledge of car audio is going to be. So if you have a person that is like, oh, I see everybody running a 5,000 watt amp on their Zv6 because it's rated at 2,500 watts RMS. If a person has a decent amount of knowledge and they have clean power, a proper box, everything like that, then they could probably get by with it, and they know what to look for. Like if they start smelling their sub, you need to turn it down. But if you have a new guy that has a, say, a 5K on there, and they are distorting it or clipping it, and they end up blowing the sub in, say, 5 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever, they're like, this sub sucks. But it's because they don't know what to look for. They don't know what to smell for, or what to listen for, if your sub is playing out of box tuning or what have you. But that's for another video. This video is to showcase the awesomeness of the Zv6 subwoofer from Sundown Audio. We are struggling to keep these things in stock because people know about the Zv6s just because they knew how good the Zv5s were, and this is what is available now, so they know it's even better. So if you see these things in stock on Down for Sound, you're thinking about getting a monstrous subwoofer, this is the one to get for sure, no doubt. If I was going to, if it was me personally, I'll go through a couple of scenarios on if it was me personally, what would I run? If I was going to run a single Sundown Zv6 subwoofer, I would personally run at least a Salt 3 on it, but me personally, I would run a Salt 4 on a single Zv6 subwoofer. If it was, and I would get that in a dual too, I'd run it at 1 ohm, so it would be easy, it wouldn't be straining anything. That's what I would do, like longevity. If I was to get 2 of them, I would run, if I was wanting it to be on easy street, I would run it at 1 ohm on a Salt 6. if I wanted to have a little bit more headroom, I would run the Salt 8 on them, and that would pair up really well and it would get down very nicely. Some people, if you want to go a more budget friendly route, I'll go ahead and throw that out there. If you wanted to do a single Zv6 sub on a budget friendly amplifier, you could do the SFB 3000 or the Saya 3500. If you wanted to do two of them, you could do a SFB 5K or SFB 8K. In my mind, I'm like, why would somebody spend so much money on subs, like premium subs, and then turn around and like cheap out on the power supply for it? It just doesn't make sense to me. But hey, everybody's different, and if you want to get some monstrous subs and like save money and put like on your amplifier, then whatever, you can do what you want, obviously, whatever makes you happy. But I think the best look and the best sound would be if you paired Salt amps with the Zv6s or the Nightshades and X series, because you're getting the biggest, baddest subs, and why not go ahead and get the biggest, baddest amps to go with it? So anyway, I hope this has answered your questions pertaining to the Zv6s from Sundown Audio. If you have any other questions pertaining to car audio, just ask them here in the comment section below. When we see them, we'll try to answer them for you in one of our frequently asked questions videos, and we will see you in the next one. Later. What's happening, guys? If y'all enjoyed all the hot content that you saw in that video, be sure to follow me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram under the Lifer Price, and also Down for Sound Shop on Facebook and Instagram. And don't forget Snapchat. I'm JP D4S on there, so be sure to check me out there. We'll see you in the next one. Later.